Alright. This will be a very brief tutorial on the World 1 RNG manip. This manip is not beginner friendly. It is really only like necessary, I guess, if you want to go for like 36, I guess. Like mid to low 36. You don't need it. You can just grind out RNG. It is the hardest RNG manip in the run, and I don't recommend it for most people, but I think a tutorial will be helpful either way. This will be going over everything very briefly, pretty much, but I'll try to explain all the key details that you need to look forward to. I keep pressing the wrong button there. First thing, of course, you need to do, make sure you have the top file on the file select screen deleted. Make sure it says 0%. And after that, you can soft reset the game and then start the run. Okay. So once you get here, you want to mash as fast as you can, because the title screen and the file select screen both advance the RNG every single frame. So you just want to mash as fast as you can through that. And then you want to play the first half of this level like normal, with the hard strats. I have not set up a way to do it with the easier strats, because I imagine most people that are doing this are already doing the harder strats. Once you get to this point, after you exhale this, spit out this star, is you're going to do a jump. And then jump again right over, and you need to pay attention to both of these stars that come out. So this one comes out to the right, and this one goes down to the straight down. Those stars that come out advance the RNG by 1, and they are also a very convenient way for this game to sort of track your RNG by looking at the patterns that come out. If you look at the handy-dandy little number system with Kirby in the corner of my notes, with all the yellow stars surrounding Kirby, that is sort of the numbering system I use to take notes on RNG stuff in this game for runs, because it's just a very convenient way to like track the numbers and then sort of translate the stars to numbers, which I think is a lot easier to memorize and look at when you're just playing the game. So in this example, I get 3 and 5. What does that mean? So, if you look right here for the 1 through 4, or 1 through 10, I guess, these are the first 10 possible. When you get to this point, depending on how fast you're mashing through the title and file select screen, will pretty much determine whichever RNG you'll like start off on, pretty much. So in this example, I get 3 and 5 right here. I get the fourth possible one. What that means pretty much is like your goal. Okay, actually, I should explain this first. When you go into this room, you're going to jump twice, or you're not going to jump twice, but you're going to jump at least once. And depending on, you're pretty much looking for, whenever you go into this room, before this waddle inhale, you're going to look for 2 and 3, which is right here, in these little brackets up here. That's sort of where you want to be. If you don't make it in time, like let's say you see like 7 and 2, or like actually, let's say like you get this one. This one's really hard to do like all the jumps in at the start of the room as fast as possible. So what you would instead do if you get 3 and 7, which is all the way over here, is you're going to do like 2 jumps or so at the start of the room, and then after this wild inhale, you're going to look for the 2, and that's if you do not see the 2 and 3. So if you don't see the 2 and 3, you're going to look for the 2 instead. One thing I'm realizing I forgot to mention is that after you do these 2 jumps, the bouncy tie at the end of this room, like right here, I actually show my cursor real quick. There we go. This bouncy tie right here will also advance the RNG an extra time. So it's not like, so if you look up here, there's going to be 3, 5. that is where we are at in the RNG, like, according to our, like, pattern check. But the RNG will get advanced one more time before you enter the store, so you get pushed to 7, which means the next 2 stars are going to be 2 and 3, which is where we want to be. Right, and after you do that, you pretty much just play the level like normal. Once again, if you don't see this 2 and 3, you inhale this waddle D, and then you do more jumps until you see this 2 right here. But you can also, like, if you don't want to figure out all that, you can also just reset if you don't see it. After that, you pretty much just play the level like normal. If you get 2 and 3 right off the bat, which is down here at number 7, like, let's say if you do these 2 jumps and you see 2 and 3, the RNG is going to get pushed forward once more to 6. And we wouldn't do any jumps there. And then after we inhale this waddle D, you actually this hill jump right here, you instead don't do the jump. It's slightly slower, but it fixes the manip to push you back to where you want to be, pretty much. But okay, back on track. We got this, so we did 2 jumps at the start of the room to get us to where we want to be in the RNG. The correct RNG value that we want. After that, you pretty much just play the level like normal. Make sure inhales at advanced RNG a lot, so make sure they're very short, or as short as they can be, pretty much. You can check this star right here, which should go, which should be a 6, or down to the bottom left. Actually, I forgot to write it down. Oops. After second level, the inhale, it should be a 6. And after that, you pretty much play through the rest of the level like normal. You also want to watch this bouncy tire right here. If he starts jumping around, I don't know why this happens, but sometimes he'll start jumping around. And basically the RNG doesn't get advanced enough. And you pretty much would just have to do one more advancement in the hub. So if he doesn't do anything, you're on set path. But also pay attention to the stars you spawn right here. You sometimes can spawn an extra one. If you spawn an extra one here, you just skip the hub star that we're about to do. So make sure you spawn 1 star off this block, and then inhale the poppy, and then spawn nothing else. Right here, you're gonna do 1 jump. If you don't spawn an extra star at the end, you do 1 little jump. It should go straight down. If the bouncy tie started jumping around, you would have to do 2 jumps here to get to this 5. Once again, yeah. Right here, you do 1 jump to spawn 1 more star. The flamer will go up every time. It is slightly faster if the flamer go up. And then there's technically 2 routes you can do here, but I'm just going to show this one. There's a video somewhere I did of the other routes when I first showed off the demo. The World 1 manip demo, which I'll link somewhere maybe. You want to chain these flamers, these burnings together as close as you can. You want to make sure you drop a little bit though before this flamer right here. If you're too perfect with your burning inputs, you'll actually just hit this guy, and you want to kill him. Also make sure you're not spawning any other stars until here. After this point, you watch and make sure you don't spawn a star. You either spawn a star here or don't spawn a star here. In this example, I don't spawn a star. If you spawn a star there, you skip this jump right here. This will pretty much just push. If you don't spawn a star, you do that jump right there, which will pretty much just push you to where you want to be. After this, you do this fight pretty much as normal. Make sure you don't bonk the wall till here. You don't need to bonk the wall. As this Ifriti fight, there's 2 RNG values in a row that work, and which is very convenient. But if you spawn 2 extra stars off the wall, then the manip is pretty much dead. But if you spawn 1, you're fine, or if you spawn 0, you're also fine. Do that inhale very short, exhale immediately. Do that inhale also very short. It's just timing pretty much. After this, you pretty much just go off of vibes until the 1-3 Rainbow Shard room. You'll kind of get a feel for it the more you do this manip. But you're pretty much gonna like subconsciously pay attention to how many enemies you kill or how many stars you spawn. I purposely spawned a star here to advance the RNG an extra time because I felt like I was a little bit off. Make sure you jump over to this poppy and apple. If you kill both, you advance the RNG more, basically twice more. Okay, in this room is when you have to pay attention again to the manip, pretty much. This is the fast method, but I look for 4-6-6, or pretty much just 2 6s in a row, which is bottom left, bottom left. So 6, 6. So I looked for, made sure I spawned a star here off the wall, and then I saw that it was a 6. I intentionally land before I go into this door to spawn another 6. And then I know I'm at where I want to be, pretty much. In the level, you're going to do it pretty much normal. Spawn a star there, don't spawn a star here. Kill this guy. After here, you drop a bit to kill this waddle to advance the RNG another time. And then you're going to fall, hit the ground, spawn the advance the RNG again. Advance the RNG one more time right there, and then enter exit the level. If you did all that correctly, you should only have to jump one time, like you see here. Do these inhales pretty much as close as Kirby to the apples as you can, and you should get a perfect fight.